engineer from Boise, Idaho, Josh Sack. A guest services agent from La Follette, Tennessee, Brian Henniger. And a data scientist from Longmont, Colorado, Stephen Webb. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Ken Jennings.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. And welcome back, everyone, to the Tournament of Champions. As we prepare to wrap up this week, we already know who 5 of our semifinalists are going to be. And today, in just about 27 minutes, we're going to learn the identity of one more. It's certain to be one of these 3 people. Stephen, Brian, Josh, welcome back to the Alex Trebek stage, and good luck. Let's get into the Jeopardy round. Here are your categories. We have some place name etymologies, followed by getting sealy, then food fast. We have pop culture princesses, decades, and finally, rhymes with rhyme. Stephen, start us off.
All right. Could we have place name etymologies for 1,000?
Name etymologies for 1,000.
This port city at the southeast tip of the Korean peninsula comes from words for cauldron and mountain. Stephen.
What's Incheon?
No, I'm sorry. Brian or Josh? That's actually Pusan. Back to you, Stephen.
Getting Sealy 1,000.
Okay, get Sally for...
These large pinnipeds are named for the trunk-like schnoz of the adult male. They make more of a belch noise than an auga. Brian.
What are elephant seals?
Correct.
Pop culture princesses for 600, please.
In the Shrek films, she voices
What's
Princess Fiona.
Diaz?
Josh.
Who is Diaz?
Yes, she does.
Decades for 800.
The Dirty These saw extreme weather, economic collapse, and pre-code movies like She Couldn't Say No. Brian.
What are the Dirty 30s?
Right.
Back to princesses for 800, please.
In the Princess Diaries, Mia Thermopolis finds out that she is the crown princess of this fictional country.
Don't know.
Been too long since those movies? Crown Princess of Genovia. Brian, select.
It has been too long. Food
Food
fast
fast
for
for
600,
600.
please.
One member of the Beat family is Swiss this. Josh.
What is charred?
Right.
Decades 600.
A 1926 editorial in the Oakland Tribune put RIP before this timely phrase. Stephen.
What's Roaring 20s?
What's Roy 20s? Place name
place name
etymologies for
etymologies,
800.
The name of this capital city derives from a Maasai expression for cool water. Brian.
What is Nairobi?
You got it.
Food fast 800, please.
Bottom line, it's a burrito that's been deep fried. Brian.
What is an enchilada?
No, I'm sorry. Stephen.
What's a
Enchilada
chimichanga?
is not
You're in the
right.
hole.
What's a
Etymologies,
chimichanga?
6.
Etymologies for
Answer there.
600.
Here we go.
All the daily double.
And unlike just a minute ago, Stephen, you've got something to wager. You can go up to 1,000.
Let's do 1,000.
Here's your clue in place name etymologies. A conquistador combined the name of a local people and the Spanish word for water to name this country. Stephen?
What?
What's Paraguay?
No, I'm sorry.
No,
Nicaragua has the agua at the end. Back in the hole for the moment,
Nicaragua.
but not for long, I'm sure. Make a selection.
All right.
Food fast for 1,000.
Liquid smoke, not coffee liqueur, is in this shredded pork dish, the star of many luau's. Josh.
What is Kahlua?
Yes.
Decades for 1,000.
In Britain, they were naughty. In the US, they were gay.
Don't know.
Josh.
Or the 90s.
Yes, they were.
90s.
Rhymes
Yup.
with rhyme for 400.
This pungent herb is used to flavor stuffing and Benedictine liqueur. Josh.
What is time?
Yes.
Decades 400.
The Philadelphia Daily News used this alliterative term for a decade long before miniskirts took over London. Brian.
What are the swinging 60s?
That's it.
Rhymes with rhyme for 600.
To make this at home, mix 8 ounces of Elmer's glue with 2 tablespoons of saline solution and 1 tablespoon of baking soda. Have fun. Brian.
What is slime?
That's how you make slime. And we're going to take a quick break so the home audience can try.
After my original run in 2021, one of the volunteers from the local high school and middle school science pool got a hold of me and said, hey, it'd be cool if we had one of the moderators or judges come in who was on Jeopardy. So I volunteered, and for the last couple of years, I've been doing that. And after this taping, it's the weekend right after. So it's pretty exciting. A lot going on this week.
And are you also an alumnus of that science pool? Had you played in it before?
I had played in middle school science pool, yes. That seems like a very long time ago, but it's true.
Way to keep your hand in. Brian Henniger is a guest services agent from La Follette, Tennessee. What did you do with your winnings, Brian?
Well, I got to pay off my car, which had been on my mind for a while. Got me a new laptop computer, new phone, but I really want to kind of splurge some for myself, so I decided to take the plunge. I took delivery on a brand new Ferrari 458 Italia Spider.
Okay.
Racing wheel for my Xbox. Why do they always laugh when I say that?
You had me going, Brian. I think that's a great purchase.
Well, thank you.
Stephen Webb is a data scientist from Longmont, Colorado. What about you? What's local fame look like in Colorado, Stephen?
Yeah, so as the episodes were airing, I did a lot of interviews with local newspapers and things like that. And towards the end, someone was trying to schedule an in-person interview with me, and it was on a day where I could not reschedule it, and I could not fit it in. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna come from the gym. I'll meet you at this coffee shop, we'll do the interview. So I go to the gym, I work out, I'm sweaty, I'm wearing a hoodie and everything like that. I walk into the coffee shop, I see the journalist, and sitting next to her is a photographer that they did not tell me was gonna be there. And so my photograph in one of my hometown newspapers, I'm looking a lot more disheveled than I normally would have.
But maybe that's good after a workout. Maybe you look like the ripped Jeopardy champion.
I was definitely glowing.
I love it. That's what you want. Brian, you've got control of the board at the moment. Pick up your signaling devices, everybody. Let's get back into it.
All right, rhymes with rhyme for 800.
Rhyme with rhyme for 800.
Before in, it can mean to break into a conversation to express an opinion. Brian?
What is chime?
Yes.
Rhymes with rhyme for 1,000, please.
In computer jargon, it's an extension that allows the transfer of different types of data files via email.
Don't know.
Those are mime.
Mime types,
So does
okay.
mine. Back to you, Brian.
Pop culture princesses for 1,000.
In a 1953 film, she played a princess who takes a Roman holiday from her royal duties. Stephen.
Was Taylor?
No, I'm sorry. Brian.
Who is Audrey Hepburn?
Audrey Hepburn.
Getting Sealy for 800, please.
This elite military unit took part in a raid in Abbottabad in the early hours of May 2nd, 2011. Stephen.
It's SEAL Team 6.
Yes.
Getting Sealy 6.
Get
This
Sealy
song
for
from Batman
600.
Forever won Seal multiple Grammys. Josh.
It was Kiss from a Rose.
That's it.
Pop Culture Princesses, 400.
She was actually adopted into the royal family of Alderaan, raised by Senator Bail Organa and his wife, the Queen of Alderaan. Brian.
Who is Princess Leia?
Right.
Food fast 400, please.
This cool Indian side dish is often made with cucumber and a yogurt or curd called dahi.
Don't know.
That's how you make raita.
Raita,
But no one got it
okay.
right. Back to you, Brian.
All right, food fast 200, please.
Dutch gives us the name of these baked treats, an afternoon tea staple. Brian.
What are crumpets?
Crumpet?
sorry.
No.
Stephen or Josh? Crumpet adjacent. They're scones.
Crumpet adjacent.
Brian,
Skull.
make a selection.
Okay.
That's all right. Place name etymologies 400, please.
The name of this city comes from a French word referring to the river linking Lake St. Clair to Lake Erie. Josh.
It was Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit means straight.
Did decades for 200.
This old-timey nickname for the 2000 to 2009 years contains an old-timey word for zero. Josh.
Or the aughts.
Yes, the Aughties.
Cool. Place name etymology is 200.
In biblical city names, Bethel is Hebrew for house of God, and this city, big in the New Testament, means house of bread. Brian?
What is Bethlehem?
That's the city.
Getting Sealy 400, please.
The seal for this U.S. capital near Troy and Schenectady includes the word assiduity. Josh.
It was Albany.
Yes, the assiduous Albany.
Rhymes with rhyme, 200.
Shoplifting or arson, for example. Josh.
It was a crime.
Yes.
Getting Sealy, 200.
This rhyming idiom is another way of saying sign the contract. Brian?
What is seal the deal?
You got it.
Bring it.
We'll finish pop culture princesses just for fun. Super Mario Brothers has Mario and Luigi trying to rescue her. She used to be called Princess Toadstool in the United States. Josh.
It was Princess Peach.
That is correct. Brian must be an Xbox guy. He didn't know his Mario
And I
character.
get to start first.
Josh
then
has a
double
narrow lead as we head into Double Jeopardy. Stephen will select first when we come back.
Alright, it's now time for my next game of Price is Right 2010 for the Wii. Hello everyone, it's time now for my 18th game. 4.
With N as the
In the
first letter.
quotation marks.
Then chemistry class. And finally, gendered language. Stephen, where to?
All right, let's do architecture for 2,000, please.
An immigrant from Austria
architecture
and
for
from the
2000.
knowledge category, he helped define mid-century California with modernist buildings.
Don't know.
It was Richard Neutra.
Richard Neutron.
Stephen?
Okay.
Architecture 16.
Frank Lloyd Wright worked for 5 years with the Chicago firm of Denkmar Adler and this father of skyscrapers, leaving in 1893. Josh.
It was Sullivan.
That's it.
Sullivan.
Knowledge for 1200.
The TL sound was an important feature in this language of the Toltecs and Aztecs. Josh.
It was Nahuatl.
Yes.
Chemistry class for 800.
Fe203 represents this 4-letter compound, something to avoid on your Rolls Royce. Stephen?
What's rust?
What's
Yes.
what?
Chemistry class
Chemistry
2000.
class for 2000.
The heroine of TV's Lessons in Chemistry has ideas about this concept, that inorganic compounds could have led to life. Stephen?
What is spontaneous
What is
generation?
spontaneous
Sorry,
generation?
no. Brian or Josh? We were looking for abiogenesis. Back to you, Stephen.
Chemistry 16.
Chemistry for
The Arrhenius
1600.
equation shows the rate of collisions of particles increasing with this measure for the solution they're in. Stephen?
What's pH?
No, I'm sorry.
What is pH?
Brian?
What is saturation?
Also incorrect. Josh is going to
No.
try.
What is density?
No, I'm sorry.
No,
Temperature
what-
increases as
temperature.
temperature goes up. Back to you, Stephen.
All right, knowledge 2000.
Answer there.
No, 2000.
Here's a double. You're still in the hole, Stephen, but can wager up to $2,000.
$2,000, please.
All right, here's your clue in knowledge. Henry Fonda played this admiral in the 1976 film Midway.
Who's Nimitz?
You get 2,000 back. Yes.
Cover me 2,000, please.
That's Urge Overkill's version of this song in Pulp Fiction, not Neil Diamond's original. Brian?
What is girl, you'll be a woman soon?
Correct.
Cover me 1600, please.
The Beatles recorded this dance classic at the end of their first album session. Good idea, as it blew out John's voice. Brian?
What is twist and shout?
Right.
Cover me 1200, please.
At a 2018 event honoring Fleetwood Mac, Miley Cyrus brought the house down with this Mac classic about snow-covered hills. Brian?
What is landslide?
Right again.
Cover me 800.
In 2023, Dolly Parton unveiled a cover of this anthemic Queen hit that should resonate with you, my friends. Stephen?
You love to know.
I'm sorry, Josh.
What is We Are the Champions?
Yes.
Knowledge 1600.
Because its pelt was impervious to arrows, Hercules had to strangle this beast as the first of his labors. Stephen?
What's the Nemean lion?
What's the
Yes.
Nemean lion?
Chemistry 12.
Chemistry for 1200.
This silvery white element, atomic number 31, takes its name from an old name for France. Brian?
What is gallium?
You're right.
That's a long story, 1200.
This 1996 David Foster Wallace novel isn't quite as long as its title suggests, but does run over 1,000 pages. Brian?
What is infinite jest?
Yes.
That's a long story, 1600.
Answer there. The other daily double.
Oh, the daily double.
Close game, Brian. You could put some daylight between you and Josh with a correct response here.
I certainly could, but I'm not that crazy. 3200.
Here's the clue. Here's the
3,200.
clue.
Here is your clue, and that's a long story. Yes, I said yes, I will, yes, are the last of this 1922 story's many, many words.
Yes, I said yes, I will, yes. What is Les Miserables?
No, I'm sorry. Ulysses.
Les Miserables. No, Ulysses.
Why it's a run-on sentence. Much closer game now. It's tied, in fact. You make a selection, Brian.
Well, okay. Gendered language, 1200.
Change the second syllable in the alter ego of Princess Adora to get this word for a powerful female. Brian.
What is She-Ra?
Shiva? No.
Stephen or Josh? She-Ra's the princess, but this is a She-Ro.
Zero.
This is Hero.
Okay.
Back to you, Brian.
Okay, gendered language, 1600.
This word combines slang for a man and a type of cosmetic. Stephen.
What's mascara?
What's that?
Sorry, no.
No.
Brian or Josh? You're so close. He's wearing guy liner. Back to you, Brian.
Gendered language, 2000.
Gynoid is another word for this type of automaton that Austin Powers confronts. Brian.
What's a fembot?
Yes.
That's a long story, 2000.
A Nobel Prize winner, in 1962, she published The Golden Notebook, which runs to nearly 700 masterful pages.
Don't
was Doris Lessing,
Doris
right?
Lessing. Okay.
Cover me 400.
Cover me for 400.
Aretha Franklin's version of this Otis Redding tune topped Rolling Stone's 2021 list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. Brian?
What is respect?
Right.
Architecture, 1200.
This architect designed the Louvre's glass pyramid. The public was initially not in love with it. Brian?
Who is I am Pei?
Right you are.
Architecture, 800, please.
Yeah.
Brutalism, popularized by Le Corbusier, refers to buildings